Okay, so in today's class, we are going to do the past papers of series and we'll do 2011 in today's class. The first thing which we are going to observe is KR, you are supposed to just read it down or properly you need to clear the concept KR, what is happening in this particular part, which scenario is already given to you, right? So I'm starting from the very first part. They are saying a television quiz show takes place every day. On day one, the prize money is 1,000. So they are saying over here the prize money is basically equals to 1,000. If this is not when the prize money is increased for day two, the prize money is increased in a similar way every day until it is won. The television company considered the following two different models for increasing the prize money. Model one is basically saying okay, 1,000 rupees each day. So, for example, on the very first day, the prize money was 1,000. On the second day, it is increased by 1,000. So, it is going to be 2,000. On the third day, 3,000. And on the fourth day, it is going to be 4,000. So, these are the amounts, right? So, as you are observing in this particular scenario, we are 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, 4,000. There is this common difference between the terms, right? Whenever you have a common difference between the terms, that means you are talking about arithmetic progression. So this is a part of arithmetic progression. So model 1 is basically based on AP. The first thing is this one. Now they are asking on each day that the prize money is not won, the television company makes a donation to charity. The amount donated is 5% of the value of the prize money on that day. After 40 days, the prize money has still not been won. The amount donated to charity मॉडल वन की बेसिस के ऊपर. So देखो now the first information is कि let's suppose day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4 इस तरह से day 40 तक कोई भी amount नहीं होती. So what you need to do is कि you are just basically you are adding each and every single amount of each day. So आप sum की बात कर रहे हो यहाँ पे, and for that particular amount sum for 40 days का जो भी sum है उस 40 days के sum की amount का आप जो है 5% you are giving it for donation. Now that's the most important thing right now. So now this is AP which I already know. So I know the first term is I'm doing for the first method. A is 1,000 and common difference is also 1,000. Now I want to take out the sum for the 40 terms. Now I'm going to use the formula for the sum of the 40 terms. First, I'm going to write down the formula n upon 2a. Now, what is happening in this particular part is, as you know, okay, the total number of days which you are talking about right now are basically 40. So you will write sum of 40 terms. So I'll write 40 divided by 2. The first term is basically 1,000. So I'll put 1,000 over here. And n minus 1 means 40 minus 1. And the common difference is again 1,000. So this is basically going to, after using the calculator, I know okay, the sum for the 40 terms right now. Now, right after 40 days, जो भी amount का sum आया होगा, that sum is basically equals to 820,000. So now this is the amount. Now from this particular amount, if I'm going to take out the amount for donation, so I'm going to give the 5% of 820 और इसका 5% निकालोगे 820,000 का, and this 5% is 41,000. This is for donation right now. 820,000, right? This was the amount for the 40 days और इसका 5% आपने निकाला. This was your donation, right? Now, this was model number 1. So we are done with model number 1. Now coming towards model number 2. Model number 2 is basically based on they are asking increase the prize money by 10%. So whenever they are talking about 10%, so that means okay, whenever there is a percentage included, so that means we are talking about GP. So the first one was 1,000, the second one was 1,100. If you increase 1,000 was the initial amount और 1,000 की इनिशियल अमाउंट को आप 10% से बार बार इंक्रीज करोगे तो सेकंड टर्म आपके पास आएगी 1,100. और इस तरह से अगर आप यहाँ पे थर्ड टर्म वगैरह भी कैलकुलेट कर सकते हो अगेन बाय डूइंग द सेम थिंग. So currently if I'm doing it for model number 2, so the value of A is going to be again 1,000. Now for the common ratio, the formula was first term, second term was 1,100, the first term was 1,000, the value of R is going to be 1.1, right? Now I'm going to use the formula for the sum of GP. So now this formula is going to be Sn is equals to A r power n minus 1 r minus 1, right? So A is 1000, r is 1.1, this is 40, power is 40 minus 1, and divide by 1 minus 1 minus 1. So this is going to give you the value of the sum of the 40 terms by using the GP. This will become 442592.557. So now I'm going to take the 5% of this particular amount for donation, and the 5% for this particular amount if I want to take out the value for donation. So 442592 point multiply by 5%, and that amount is going to be 22129. Now if I'm going to write in three significant form, so the donation is going to be 22100. So that's how you're going to figure out this amount, right? Is there any confusion? So again, you need to understand the basic scenario of these particular parts. If you got the basic scenario, then I think it's very easy for you to solve it. This is from 970912 May June 2011. Okay, so I'm doing part A for you guys first, right? देखो, what is happening right now is कि I'm going to read out some information for you guys. A circle is divided into 6 sectors in such a way that the angles of the sectors are in arithmetic progression. This is already giving you some information. Yeah, this is arithmetic progression. The angle of the largest sector is 4 times the angle of the smallest sector. Now, this is the main information. Given the radius of the circle is 5 centimeter, find the perimeter of the smaller sector. Okay, before the perimeter, you need to understand and you need to figure out the value for the angle. Okay, now what is the value for the angle, right? They are asking for the perimeter of the smallest sector. Now, you need to understand you have divided this particular circle into 6 sectors. First one, second one, third one, fourth one, like this. Now, if you're going to observe one clear thing, that the angle of this sector, this sector, this sector, this sector, the all of the total angles of this 6 sectors is basically the sum of the 6 sectors is going to be equals to 360. Again, I'm repeating this thing. देखो, एक सर्कल के अंदर 6 सेक्टर्स थे, 6 सेक्टर्स एक सर्कल से ही आपने वो करे थे, तो आपके पास यहाँ पे हमारे पास क्या हुआ कि जो भी इनका एंगल्स आए कलेक्टिवली इन सारे के सारे 6 सेक्टर्स का, वो एंगल आपको पता है कितना होगा, 360 होगा. पहली तो ये इंफॉर्मेशन आ गई, ठीक है. तो मैं जरा उस इंफॉर्मेशन को लिख देता हूँ कि सम ऑफ 6 सेक्टर, सम ऑफ एंगल ऑफ 6 सेक्टर्स इज इक्वल टू 360. दूसरी इंपॉर्टेंट बात यहाँ पे ये है कि आपको ये बोला गया था कि आपके पास जो स्मॉलेस्ट एंगल है, ऑब्वियसली स्मॉलेस्ट एंगल इज दैट मींस द फर्स्ट एंगल वो ए होगा. और दूसरी इंपॉर्टेंट बात यहाँ पे ये कि लार्जेस्ट जो एंगल की बात यहाँ पे की गई, दैट इज 4 टाइम्स द स्मॉलेस्ट, सो दैट इज गोइंग टू बी 4 टाइम्स ऑफ ए. सो दिस इज द इंफॉर्मेशन व्हिच इज ऑलरेडी गिवन टू यू गाइस, राइट? अब बाय यूजिंग दीज ऑल इंफॉर्मेशन हम जरा आगे बढ़ते हैं और इसको सॉल्व करते हैं. नाउ सम का फॉर्मूला लगाते हैं. सो दिस इज गोइंग टू बी n अपॉन 2. This will become a plus l. I'm using the second formula because there is 6, so I'll write 6 upon 2, and a is going to be a. This is going to be the last term, which is 4a. This will become 360 is equals to 6 upon 2 a plus 4a. I'll simplify 3 one time. We write 3 like this. So 360 is equals to 3 times a plus 4a, 5a, and this is going to be 15a, and a is equals to 360 divided by 15. The value of a is going to be equals to 24 daily. So now this was the first part. Now we got the angle, right? Now after getting the angle, what you guys need to do in this particular part is कि आपको उसके बाद ये करना है, you need to figure out the formula for the perimeter. Now if I want to use the formula for the perimeter, the formula is basically equals to, this is a sector, right? सेक्टर का पेरीमीटर की कुछ चीजें मैं आपको रिकॉल करा दूं. दिस इज पेरीमीटर, सो दिस इज रेडियस एंड दिस इज बेसिकली आर्क लेंथ. So now the formula for the perimeter is basically going to be 2r plus आई एम गोइंग टू यूज द फॉर्मूला एंड दिस पर्टिकुलर फॉर्मूला विच यू कैन यूज. आप देखो, आप यहाँ पे दो चीजें यहाँ पे यूज कर सकते हो. वेदर यू कैन यूज दिस वैल्यू एज इन, जो आप यहाँ पे यूज करोगे इस वाले टॉपिक के अंदर, सर्कुलर मेजर के अंदर जो आपने यूज करा होगा. अदरवाइज यू कैन यूज इवन दिस पर्टिकुलर फॉर्मूला विच इज थीटा अपॉन 360. उस तरह से भी आप यूज कर थीटा अपॉन 360 मल्टीप्लाई बाय 2 by r. That's how you're going to use it, right? So the radius is 5, या आपने 5 लिख दिया और आपने आकलन निकाली. The angle is 24. I'm going to write 24. ये हमने लिखा. So 24 divided by 360 multiply by 2 pi r. You are going to get your answer. और आपका आंसर इस तरह से निकल आएगा easily. So the perimeter is going to be, फाइनल आंसर जो आएगा वो आएगा 12.1 सेंटीमीटर. दिस इज गोइंग टू बी योर फाइनल आंसर फॉर द पेरीमीटर, राइट? Okay, so now this was the part which was A part, right? So you got the perimeter value. Perimeter की value भी आप लोगों के पास निकल आई. So that's how you're going to do this part, right? So moving towards the B part. Now for the B part, I'm using the whole information. In the B part, they are saying the first, second, third term of a geometric progression are 2k plus 3k plus 6k respectively. Given that all the terms of geometric progression are positive, calculate the value of the constant k. So you need to figure out the value of constant k. They go the first thing which they are asking is the value of k, right? You need to understand this thing. If I'm going to do the B part, I know that the formula of r is going to be equals to second term divided by first term is equals to third term divided by second term. So currently, if I'm going to observe that the second term is going to be equals to k plus 6, first term is 2k plus 3, and third term is equals to k, and the second term is equals to k plus 6. So now I'm going to solve this equation further. इसको जरा आप लोग यहाँ पे सॉल्व करना स्टार्ट करोगे. I'm going to solve it over here right now, ताकि स्पेस हमारे पास मिल जाए फॉर दिस पार्ट. से मैं यहाँ सॉल्व कराता हूँ. सो नाउ आई क्रॉस मल्टीप्लाई बोथ ऑफ दीज थिंग्स. सो क्रॉस मल्टीप्लाई कराने के बाद ये हो गया हमारे पास k प्लस 6 और k प्लस 6, एंड दिस इज गोइंग टू बी k टाइम्स 2k प्लस 3. मल्टीप्लिकेशन के बाद दिस इज गोइंग टू बी k square, and this will become obviously k plus 6. K plus 6 है, so I'm going to expand it like k plus 6 का whole square. This is going to be 12k plus 36. This will become 2k square plus 3k. I'm going to shift each and every single thing on the other side. 2k square minus k square plus 3k minus 12k minus 36 is equals to 0. So there's going to be k square minus 9k minus 36 is equals to 0. Now after factorization, this is going to be, I'm continuing this method over here. Okay, I'm going to use the factorization method. 36, the factors of 36 which are going to create 9 are basically equals to 12 and 3. So I'll be writing k square minus 12k plus 3k minus 36 is equals to 0. K is common, so k minus 12. 3 is common, k minus 12 equals to 0. K plus 3, k minus 12 is equals to 0. So we have two values of k. Number one is negative 3, the other one is positive 12. So when I got two values of k, now I'm going to read the information which the examiner has already given to us. So now in this information, it is already mentioned that we were talking about the positive values. See, this is a geometric progression. In all of these, you have a positive value. So that means कि k की जो value आपके पास जो negative वाली value आ रही है उसे आप ignore करोगे और अब आप positive वाली value को लेके आगे चलोगे. So that's how you have figured it out the value of k, which is going to be positive 12. ये आपने figure out यहाँ पे कर दिया. Now in the second part, they are asking for the sum to infinity of the progression, right? Now for the sum to infinity, आपको यहाँ पे a की वैल्यू पता होनी चाहिए. तो a की वैल्यू सबसे पहले हम फिगर आउट करते हैं. नाउ फॉर द वैल्यू ऑफ a हमें ये पता होना चाहिए कि a हमारे पास है क्या. तो द फर्स्ट टर्म हमारे पास जो थी वो थी हमारे पास 2k plus 6 was the first term. This was my a. I am going to substitute the value of k in this particular part. So after substitution ये हमारे पास a की वैल्यू निकल आएगी. and this is going to be sorry, the first term was 2k plus 3 was the first term. So I'll write 24 plus 3, and that is going to be 27. So the value of a is going to be now 27. A की value आपके पास आ गई. Now you'll try to figure out the value of r. R की value आप किसी भी तरह निकाल सकते हो. So I'll write r is equals to k upon k plus 6. I'm going to put the value 12 upon 12 plus 6 is going to be 12 upon 18. Now simplify it with a table of 3. So now this is going to be 2 upon 3. Now use the formula for the sum to infinity. This is the formula. A upon 1 minus r. I'm going to put down the value. This is 27. 1 minus 2 upon 3. Use your calculators. And this value is going to be equals to 81. So again, this was a very simple part. Is there any confusion? So please do let me know. This was again a very simple part. Very nice, very nice. Good. Okay, moving forward towards the next part. Actually, the target is 2011 past papers of series, right? This is the main target for today's task. Okay, so the main information for this particular, this is variant 1-3. A geometric progression has a third term of 20 and sum to infinity, which is 3 times the first term. Find the first term. So I'm going to write each and every single information which is already given to us. Our geometric progression as a third term as 20, so T3 is equal to 20, and they are talking about sum to infinity is 3 times the first term, so this is equals to 3a. So these are the information which are already given to us. I'm going to use this information to figure out the value. So now they are talking about find the first term. Now if I'm going to observe one thing, I'm going to put down the formula of sum to infinity. The formula is a upon 1 minus r is equal to 3a. I can cut a, which is on both sides, so it will become 1 upon 1 minus r is equals to 3. I'll multiply 3 on the other side, so this is going to be 1 equals to 3, 1 minus r. This will become 3 minus 3r is equals to 1. Shifting 3r on the other side, 3 minus 1, 3r is equals to, and the value of r is equals to 2 upon 3. That's how you're going to figure it out. So you got the value of r, right? Okay, so once you got the value of r, now you will use the term of this thing. So T3 is equals to 20. Now because they are talking about geometric progression, so we know here T3 is basically equals to AR square is equals to 20. So currently I can substitute the value of R, which I already know, 2 upon 3 square is equals to 20. So now this is going to be 4 over 9 is equals to 20. Now you can simplify 4 1 time, 5 time. So the value of A is equals to 45. So you got your first term, that means you got 4 marks in this particular part. So it was a very simple part again. Okay, now moving forward towards this B part. Okay. An arithmetic progression is such that the eighth term is 3 times the third term. Show that the sum of the first 8 terms is 4 times. Show that the sum of the first 8 terms is 4 times the sum of the first 4 terms. You need to show that particular thing. So I'm going to start my working from this particular part. The first statement. 8 term is equals to 3 times the third term, right? I'm going to start my working from this thing. Now, if they are talking about 8 terms, that means we are talking about a plus 7d. If they are talking about the third term, so that means a plus 2d. I'm going to multiply. This is going to be a plus 7d is equals to 3a plus 6d. 7d minus 6d, 3a minus a. So d is equals to 2 times of a. Okay. So I have made D as a subject for this particular part. Now they are asking me to prove, show that the sum of the first 8 terms is 4 times the sum of the first 4 terms. So I'll try to show it now. So if I'm going to figure out the sum of the first 8 terms, let's see what is happening right now. Sum of the first 8 terms. So 8 divided by 2, 2a plus n minus 1 d. I'll write this will become 2 1 time, this will become 4. So 4, this will become 2a, and instead of writing n, I'm going to write 8 over here. आपने यहाँ पे 8 लिखा. So this is going to be 8 minus 1, and the value of d is equals to 2a. This will become 4, 2a plus, this is going to be 7 multiplied by 2a, 4, 2a plus 14a, and this will become 4 times of 16a, right? So there's a sum for the 8 terms. Now we'll use the exact same way for the sum of the 4 terms. So 4 divided by 2, 2a plus 4 minus 1, the value of d, I'm going to substitute d as 2a. थोड़ा डायरेक्ट कर रहा हूँ. This is going to be 2a plus 3 multiplied by, this is going to be 3. 4 minus 1 3 होता है. 3 multiplied by 2a, this is going to be 6a. So finally 2, and this is going to be 16a. So yes, you are getting this thing कि ये जो आपके पास यहाँ पे ये चीज आ रही है फॉर द 8 टर्म, आप यहाँ पे ऑब्जर्व कर रहे हो कि ये आ रहा है 4 टाइम्स ऑफ 16 है, और जो 4 टर्म्स का यहाँ पे सम आ रहा है वो आपके पास 16 टाइम्स. तो ऑब्वियसली ये प्रूफ यहाँ पे हो गया कि यार यहाँ पे हमारे पास क्या है कि अगर मैं यहाँ पे लिखूं कि सम ऑफ 8 टर्म्स हमारे पास इक्वल है, आप यहाँ पे कह सकते हो बिकॉज 16a सम ऑफ 4 टर्म्स के इक्वल है, तो आप यहाँ पे कह सकते हो कि सम ऑफ 8 टर्म्स इज इक्वल टू द सम ऑफ द फर्स्ट 4 टर्म्स. ये वाली स्टेटमेंट आपकी यहाँ पे करेक्ट हो गई, आपने यहाँ पे प्रूव कर दिया. सो अगेन दिस वाज अ वेरी सिंपल पार्ट ऑफ सीरीज, ये भी आप लोगों ने कंप्लीट कर दिया.